Postmaster General of the designated post operators and Directors General of Regulatory Authorities, distinguished PAPU Administrative Council members presently here and those following us online, representative of Restricted Union presently here and those following us online, associate members and observers presently here and those following us online, members of the media fraternity present here, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I salute you in the name of the United Republic of Tanzania. If I say I salute you in the name of the United Republic of Tanzania, let the work continue. That's how we greet in Tanzania. Distinguished delegates, to run this show today, as the director of ceremony, it will be me, Oyuke Faustin Philemon, with my co-director, Mr. Innocent Mungi. So to start with, let me usher in Mr. Innocent Mungi proceed with the next program. Welcome, and let's be attentive to the program.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. You don't look happy this morning. Why? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that sounds better. Guest of honor, with all due respect, I'm honored to be directing the ceremony this morning. And to kick off, I would like to welcome remarks by the host country. And this will be given by Mr. Ramadhani Madereka, representative of the Administrative Secretary of Arusha Region. Karibu sana.
Kwa jina la Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania, nitatumia lugha mbili, Kiswahili na Kiingereza. Ndugu mgeni rasmi na washiriki wote wa kikao hiki, kwanza kabisa napenda kuwakaribisha washiriki wote katika mkoa wetu wa Arusha. Guests of honor, it is an honor to stand here on behalf of the kind people of Arusha to warmly welcome you all to the first ordinary session of Pan-Africa Postal Union, PAPU, Administrative Council at the famous Arusha International Conference Center. I understand most of the Administrative Council members have traveled long distance and some had to connect flight to get here. Karibuni sana Arusha. Guests of honor, Arusha is the most of guests who are present here aware has always been readily available and delighted to host and ascertain PAPU session, and that there is in Arusha all that life can afford. Arusha is endowed with numerous natural heritage and is the highest ranking and most peaceful tourism destination in the world. Kindly therefore plan to at least visit a few of the nearest wildlife parks and make your stay in Arusha memorable. Guest of honor, with those few remarks, may I once again welcome you all at Arusha, the cloud of mankind. Karibuni sana. Mungu ibariki Afrika, Mungu ibariki Tanzania. Asanteni sana. Karibuni sana Arusha.
Thank you, Mr. Ramadhani Madereka, for the remarks. Now, without further much ado, I would like to welcome the man of the hour. Remarks by PAPU Secretary General, Dr. Sifunde Chifumoyo. Karibu sana tafadhali. Our SG now speak fluent Swahili, having stayed here with the engineers at the building, so he speaks very fluent Swahili. Karibu sana mzee Chifumoyo.
Asante sana kaka. Please, may you adjust the mic? Thank you. Guest of honor, Engineer Matthew Andrea Kundo, the Deputy Minister in the Ministry of Information, Communication and Information Technology, the United Republic of Tanzania. The Deputy Permanent Secretary in the same ministry, Mr. Celestine Kakele, the Chairman of the PAPU Administrative Council, Mr. Richard Ranarison, the Director UPU, represented by Mr. Mutusi, who will be joining us online, the Assistant Secretary General, Mrs. Jessica Sengoba, the representative of the Regional Administrative Secretary of Arusha, Mr. Ramadan Mateleka, Chief Executive Officers, Postmaster Generals of designated postal operators, and Director Generals of regulatory authorities of Africa, distinguished PAPU Administrative Council members present here and those that are joining us online, representatives of Africa's postal unions, sub-regional bodies here present, associate members and observers present here and those following online, members of the media fraternity present here, invited distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, habari za asubuhi. Asante. It gives me great pleasure and honor to have this opportunity to address you this morning on the occasion of the official opening of the 41st Ordinary Session of the Administrative Council of the Pan-African Postal Union, at the kind invitation of the government of the people of the United Republic of Tanzania. On behalf of member states, the General Secretariat of the Pan-African Postal Union, and indeed on my own behalf, I wish to express my profound gratitude to the government of the United Republic of Tanzania and the warm and friendly people of Tanzania for the wonderful hospitality, excellent arrangements and facilities they have put at the General Secretariat and Member States' disposal in this touristic and evergreen city of Arusha, the home of PAPU. This kind gesture goes a long way to reaffirm the commitment of this great country to the ideals of the founding fathers of our organization, including one of Africa's foremost political and intellectual icons, the late former President, His Excellency Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, the founding father of the Tanzanian nation. I also wish at the outset to pay special tribute to you, our guest of honor, Honorable Deputy Minister of Information, Communication and Information Technology, Engineer Kundo of the United Republic of Tanzania, for finding time from your very heavy schedule to grace this occasion with your presence. Similarly, we commend the exemplary support and goodwill from the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Mohammed Khamis Abdullah, the Ministry's senior staff and its agencies, namely TCRA and Tanzania Post Corporation, who have been outstanding in ensuring that our work flowed smoothly as we were organizing for this event. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the presence here today in person of the representative of the Director General of the International Bureau of the UPU, who coordinates Africa programs, and the participation virtually of the Director Cooperation and Development of the IB of the UPU, and senior officials from some of the leading postal organizations in the world, is a great testimony of your undying commitment to the ideals of the postal sector and our mutual interaction for the ultimate goal of ensuring the development of postal services in Africa. Furthermore, we are heartily encouraged by the impressive turnout of member countries of the Administrative Council, as well as the other PAPU members who are observers. It is gratifying to note that some have volunteered to play roles as presenters and panelists during our postal dialogue meetings that will happen in a few days' time, to share their priceless experiences and help to build the African postal sector. I warmly welcome you all, dear brothers and sisters. Karibuni, Arusha. Guest of honor, I also wish to add that our work here at the General Secretariat would not have been a fruit-bearing exercise without the invaluable support and guidance from our chairman, Mr. Richard Ranarison, who, along with the other bureau members, namely Algeria, Nigeria, Burundi, and Malawi, have played their part in ensuring that we move this far and deliver positive results. They will definitely leave with an indelible impression in my mind for all the right reasons, as no challenge was ever too big or too small for them. In a nutshell, without the Bureau's support, and that from you, our dear members, including the host country, my work as Secretary General, together with my team at the General Secretariat, would not have been smoothly coordinated in the way that we have seen it. Our guest of honor, ladies and gentlemen, the General Secretariat continues to pursue cooperation activities and implementation of projects, working closely with the Union's partners in line with and pursuant to the objectives of the Union. In the ensuing financial year, we have received support from our partners, namely UPU, USPS, and Groupe La Poste France. The UPU has coordinated the organization of workshops on security and operational readiness for e-commerce, remuneration, electronic advance data, and more others. Excellencies, our 41st Administrative Council story can never be complete without mentioning our magnificent PAPU Tower. In this regard, the Union got a shot in the arm when our partners provided funding amounting to 40,000 Swiss francs from La Poste Group France and 100,000 Swiss francs from the Universal Postal Union to support our ICT Capacity Building Center. Egypt Post came with a donation of furniture and artifacts for our executive saloon valued at US $13,000. You may recall, ladies and gentlemen, that other members generously supported the project through additional contributions over and above their mandatory contributions. These were Burkina Faso, who donated $20,000, the Republic of Mali, $10,000, the Republic of Zimbabwe, $20,000, and we got pledges from Cameroon for $10,000, the Republic of Niger for $30,000, and the African Union Commission a pledge for $100,000. The wonderful project that we see today is in fact the result of collaborative work between PAPU and its various stakeholders. The General Secretariat will continue to cooperate with the members, partners, associate members, stakeholders, including regional economic communities, sub-regional postal organizations, to ensure that the postal sector maintains the momentum and contribution to achieve the desired levels of inclusive socio-economic development of the continent as per the Africa Union Agenda 2063 and its aspirations, as well as the UN SDGs 2030. The guest of honor, ladies and gentlemen, we have a heavy agenda before us, which includes the reports from the Administrative Council Chairman, the General Secretariat's report, and committee reports, which calls for tightening of our belts in preparation for working extra hard to come up with tangible and actionable points within this short period. I therefore would not want to take much of your time as I conclude by expressing my profound gratitude once again to you all for the roles you have played in the successful organization of this meeting. For the member states, your presence and participation is highly appreciated. I wish us all a successful 41st ordinary session of the Pan-African Administrative Council. May our postal sector be blessed. Long live the African solidarity. Long live African unity. Long live the Pan-African Postal Union. I thank you for your attention. Merci beaucoup. Muito obrigado. Asanteni sana. Nyabo.
Another round of applause for our SG. Thank you, Dr. Sifunyomoyo, for the remarks. Now, without further much ado, I would like to welcome the PAPU Administrative Council Chairman, Mr. Richard Ranarison, to speak to us. Welcome, Mr. Chairman. Can you all please have your gadgets for translation for those who French is not their first language like myself?
Asante sana. J'ai appris le Swahili à Arusha. Hein? Je commence à parler quelques mots de Swahili maintenant. Monsieur l'invité d'honneur, honorable Napé Moses Noéyé, ministre de l'Information, de la Communication et d'éthique de la République unie de Tanzanie. Monsieur le directeur général de la Tanzanie Post Corporation et chers collègues, Monsieur Macris Daniel Mondo, Monsieur le secrétaire général de l'Union panafricaine des postes, mon cher ami docteur Sifondo Chief Moyo, Madame la secrétaire générale adjointe, ma très chère sœur, Jessica Hope Singumba, j'espère que j'ai bien Et puis, mesdames et messieurs, les hauts fonctionnaires des administrations de nos États membres ici présents, mesdames et messieurs les directeurs généraux des opérateurs désignés ici présents, mesdames et messieurs les directeurs généraux des autorités de régulation ici présents, distingués invités, mesdames et messieurs, tous à vos grades et qualités respectifs, tout protocole observé. Bonjour, good morning, bom dia, habari za asubuhi, et en malgache, manaona. On dit manaona chez nous à Madagascar. Et on dit shalama en retour, comme à Arusha aussi. Permettez-moi en premier lieu de vous remercier de m'avoir donné l'occasion de prendre la parole devant cette auguste assemblée réunie ici dans ce magnifique complexe de AICC d'Arusha en République unie de Tanzanie. Excellence, Monsieur l'invité d'honneur, Mesdames et Messieurs, je voudrais saisir cette occasion pour rendre hommage, appuyer au peuple et au gouvernement de la République unie de Tanzanie pour l'hospitalité manifestée à mon égard, à l'égard des membres de la délégation qui m'accompagnent et innombrables invités depuis notre arrivée dans votre grand et beau pays de Tanzanie, ici à Arusha. Chaque instant de notre séjour a été aussi fascinant qu'enrichissant depuis la semaine dernière, lorsque nous avons entamé les travaux des commissions administratives et techniques. Au nom des États membres de l'UPAP, je tiens à adresser nos remerciements les plus sincères au gouvernement de la République unie de la Tanzanie d'avoir bien voulu assumer la charge ô combien noble de pays siège de l'UPAP depuis sa création en 1980. En particulier, nous tenons à rendre un vibrant hommage au père fondateur et président de la République unie de Tanzanie, Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere, pour son leadership désintéressé et visionnaire, grâce auquel le siège de l'Union a pu être installé, ce qui s'est matérialisé notamment par la mise à disposition de la parcelle terrain à Arusha pour la construction d'un siège digne du statut de l'UPAP. Permettez-moi ensuite d'exprimer nos remerciements et nos félicitations les plus chaleureux aux autorités de ce grand pays, la République unie de Tanzanie, pour la collaboration entretenue avec l'UPAP et plus particulièrement pour avoir veillé à la bonne exécution de l'ensemble des résolutions adoptées par le conseil d'administration de l'UPAP dans le cadre de ce projet, et ce, afin d'assurer d'une réalisation fructueuse. Nous nous en félicitons car cela traduit parfaitement notre identité comme secteur postal africain, soucieux d'être au service des populations et des citoyens du continent d'une génération à l'autre. Bien au-delà de l'invité d'honneur, nous sommes redevables au gouvernement et au peuple de la République unie de Tanzanie pour le soutien constant et multiforme dont bénéficie notre Union, que ce soit sur le plan financier, matériel ou moral. Soyez-en infiniment remerciés. Monsieur l'invité d'honneur, il y a lieu de reconnaître qu'en sa qualité de membre du conseil d'administration de l'UPAP, la République unie de Tanzanie fait office des yeux et des oreilles du conseil. Et plus encore, de premiers interlocuteurs du secrétariat général de l'UPAP dans la résolution des dossiers complexes avant que ces derniers ne soient transmis à mon bureau ou au Conseil dans son ensemble pour examen et au recours éventuel. Excellences, Monsieur l'invité d'honneur, Mesdames et Messieurs, permettez-moi de faire un détour rapide sur la tour UPAP, dont l'inauguration tant attendue sera présidée par la plus haute autorité de ce pays, la présidente de la République unie de Tanzanie, son Excellence, Dr Samia Suluhu Hassan, en présence de ses collègues et ses hauts dignitaires en provenance de toute l'Afrique. Nous apprécions à sa juste valeur la marque d'attention de son Excellence, Madame la Présidente de la République, tout en reconnaissant que l'envergure continentale de cette bâtisse ouvre de nouvelles perspectives, notamment en termes de coordination des activités de transformation numérique des services postaux africains en vue de les propulser vers les nouveaux horizons. La tête haute, nous nous exprimons à ce sujet car il s'agit en effet d'un projet autofinancé par nos États membres, une ambition forte affichée par la communauté postale d'Afrique. Enfin, au moment de passer le flambeau de la présidence du conseil d'administration de l'UPAP, je tiens à souligner le bonheur éprouvé à chaque instant en cette qualité, car j'ai bénéficié de tout le soutien nécessaire de la part de nombreuses personnes, et plus particulièrement des membres du bureau du conseil d'administration. Il y a l'Algérie, le Bénin, Botswana, il y a Burundi, il y a le Nigeria aussi. Des États membres, le soutien du secrétaire général de l'Union panafricaine des postes également, et l'ensemble du personnel du secrétariat général de l'UPAP. Je n'ai aucun doute sur le fait qu'il ne s'agissait pas de rapport à sens unique, mais plutôt d'une relation en symbiose qui nous a permis de collaborer, d'accomplir au mieux de nos capacités la mission confiée à chacun d'entre nous en ce moment historique de la vie de notre Union. À présent, il m'incombe de souhaiter à mes collègues entrants un mandat couronné de réussite à la présidence du bureau et au bureau du conseil d'administration de l'UPAP. Mes collègues et moi-même restons à votre entière disposition en cas de besoin. Sur cette note de satisfaction et d'optimisme, je vous souhaite à toutes et à tous une excellente participation et plein succès au cours de cette 41e session ordinaire du conseil d'administration de l'UPAP. Merci de votre aimable attention. Michocha Betsaka, en malgache. Vive l'Union panafricaine des postes. Vive la République unie de Tanzanie. Vive la solidarité postale africaine. Asante Asana.
Merci beaucoup, le Président, pour ce discours. A round of applause for the chairman for us, please. My French is not that good, was manufactured here in Arusha, that's why even the pronunciation is not that good. Guest of honor, invited and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we have heard in the beginning, we have online followers who are following this meeting, and I have the honor to welcome Mr. Mutua Mutus all the way from Ben, who will be giving remarks by UPU DG. Mr. Mutua is the Director of Cooperation and Development at UPU. Mr. Mutua, I'm sure you are following us. Good morning, my brother, and welcome. If you are listening, Mr. Mutua, we are putting on the sound so you can begin. I'll give you the nod. Can you try your voice, please? Can you try and unmute your microphone, Mr. Mutua? I think you have muted your microphone.
It is unmuted. It's unmuted.
Okay, we can hear you now. Please proceed.
Okay. All right. Sorry for that inconvenience. Our guests this morning with the Deputy Minister for Information, Communication and Information Technology of the United Republic of Tanzania, Honorable Engineer Matthew Andrea Kundo, Mr. Richard Ranariston, the Chairman of the PAPU Admin Council, Dr. Chief Sifund Moyo, the PAPU Secretary General, Madam Jessica Singoba, the PAPU Assistant Secretary General, distinguished members of the PAPU Administrative Council, invited guests and all protocol observed. Good morning and thank you for inviting the UPU for this meeting. Let me start by conveying the apology of the UPU Director General, Mr. Masahiko Metoki, who was not available this morning to join this meeting. But he sent me to send his greetings and say that he will be joining you physically in Arusha in a few days' time before you conclude your meetings there. I also wish to thank you for recognizing UPU and inviting UPU for this ceremony today. This goes to underline the relationship between UPU and PAPU and also UPU and member countries of the African region. Through this collaboration, we have been able to deliver many projects in the region, and we are in the process of working on many more other projects. And I would like just to take this opportunity to thank the member countries from the Africa region for this cooperation, to thank the PAPU Secretariat also for the immense assistance that we continue receiving from the Office of the Secretariat in the our projects implementation. Dear colleagues, as you meet today, I am sure among one of the things that you probably are going to consider discussing about is the forthcoming UPU Extraordinary Congress that is coming up in October in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I would like to implore upon you to fully discuss the agenda items that are going to be coming up in that particular meeting so that the voice of the Africa region can be heard and you can be squarely be part of the decision making of that August meeting. I would like also to talk about the postal services in the Africa region. Despite many challenges that have come across, and this is not just for Africa but across the world, we have witnessed significant progress within the African Post. And I would like just to draw your attention to the 2 IPD ranking that from time to time is issued by the UPU. Actually, it is issued annually, and the second one is going to be issued in a month's time. Africa has been consistent in one area of resilience, and this is just in order because of the terrain within which you operate in, the conditions within that are at your disposal when you are carrying out postal services. And mostly recently, 2 years ago, the whole world faced the COVID pandemic. And in all these circumstances, Africa has continued to score very highly on the aspect of being resilient. So I would like to encourage you to continue, and I would like to inform you that UPU, through the regional coordinator who is with you there, is ready and willing to work with you to see how we can unlock the other areas of assessment so that the African Post can also able to contribute more to national development of your countries. Dear council members, I would like also to say that the UPU places a lot of interest in the Africa region, and you may be aware that this cycle, the Africa region has been added more offices for coordination of activities. Over the years, we've been working with 2 offices in Africa, but currently we have increased these offices to 5. And this is just to get closer to the membership and be able to appreciate more the situations on the ground within the various operators and governmental institutions dealing with the post. Indeed, out of these new offices, one of them is actually there in Arusha and is going to be officially inaugurated this week within the big building that is opening this week. And for this, I would like to start by appreciating very much the cooperation and assistance that we have received from the government of the United Republic of Tanzania in setting up this office, and also to thank the PAPU Secretariat for kindly accepting to allow UPU to set up the office within the premises of the new PAPU Tower. Within this new building also, the UPU will this week also be inaugurating a capacity building center that is going to be located there and to be able to serve the region of Africa. So with these developments, I would like just to underline how important Africa is to the UPU and how UPU is trying with the limited resources to get closer to the membership of Africa. As I conclude my remarks, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the PAPU members and the PAPU Secretariat for the good job that has been done, courtesy of which we are now having, I believe it is the tallest building in Arusha, which is going to be opening its doors for operation this week. Congratulations to you, and I would like to say this is a major development, and this is something unique, and we don't have many cases where we have regional organizations having such properties as the PAPU has. So congratulations to membership, congratulations to the government of Tanzania, and congratulations to the PAPU Secretariat for this feat. And with those remarks, I wish to thank you and wish you fruitful deliberations for your council meetings. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for Mr. Mutua. Thank you very much, Mr. Mutua. We are looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. I'm sure you won't join us online, you'll be here physically. Karibu sana. Asante. Honorable guest of honor, invited and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, after the remarks from UPU, now I would like to welcome Mr. Celestin Gevas Kakele, our Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Communication, Information Technology, to give the host country remarks. Karibu.
Engineer Matthew Andrea Kundo, Member of Parliament and Deputy Minister of Information, Communication and Information Technology of the United Republic of Tanzania. Mr. Richard Ranarison, Chairman of PAPU Administrative Council. Mr. Mtua Mtusi, Director of Cooperation and Development of UPU, representing the Director General of UPU. Dr. Sifundo Chief Moyo, Secretary General of PAPU. Madam Jessica Hope Sengoba, Assistant Secretary General of PAPU. Mr. Ramadan Madeleka, Representative of Regional Administrative Secretary of Arusha. I recognize the presence of Mr. Marcus Mbodo, Tanzania Postmaster General, Chief Executive Officers, Postmasters General of the designated postal operators, Director Generals of Regulatory Authorities, distinguished PAPU Administrative Council members here present and those following online, representatives of restricted unions present here and those following online, associate members and observers present here and those following online, members of the media fraternity here present, invited distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I greet you in the name of the United Republic of Tanzania. Thank you. A very good morning, distinguished members of the PAPU Administrative Council and all members of the Technical Committee, as well as senior government officials from Tanzania who have gathered here today for the 41st PAPU Administrative Council, purposely for receiving, deliberate, and make decisions on various proposals brought before you by honorable members of the Council, by the technical teams. I take this opportunity to welcome you all to Tanzania, and Arusha in particular, and thank you for deciding to take the time off from your tight schedule to join us in these important PAPU statutory meetings. Honorable guests of honor, my task is very simple. Simply to welcome you to speak to this gracious audience. However, if you permit me, I would like to say some few things. I wish to inform you that we had a very successful technical meeting which were held from the 24th of August 2023. Discussions, deliberations were conducted in an atmosphere of trust and confidence from each other. This does not mean that to some extent we had no divergent opinions. But even during such circumstances, we are able to navigate by focusing in building a prosperous, sustainable, and dynamic PAPU, which we believe is an engine for transformations of postal services in Africa. Honorable guests of honor, for the next 2 days, the Administrative Council will consider and interrogate the embedded wisdom on various proposals from the esteemed technical committees covering a number of issues, such as remunerations, through which the Council is expected to come up with significant actions that will take the continental postal services into higher heights. I am therefore confident that every one of us will actively and positively draw from the discussions during the technical committees, which are a backbone for this ordinary session of the Administrative Council's efficiency in discharging its supervisory role to the Secretariat. Honorable guests of honor, distinguished participants, I commend all members of the technical committees for the job well done of helping the Administrative Council fulfilling its conventional duties and responsibilities. These commitments and deliberations and dedications you have expressed in ensuring a sustainable success of PAPU's mandates speaks volume of the desire to have a people-centered postal services in our dear continent of Africa. We have no other choice rather than maintaining the same spirit and continue working together. We in Tanzania, our first president and father of the nation, the late Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, taught us, I quote, "We should run while others walk. Let's keep running." Honorable Deputy Minister and guests of honor, this meeting is not mine, and therefore it is not my intention to take much of your time listening to me, and thus I feel I have no choice but to conclude. Both members of the technical committees and Administrative Council here present and those following us online are eagerly waiting to hear from you. Therefore, with these few remarks, it is now my singular honor and privilege to take this opportunity to invite you to the podium to deliver your remarks and pronounce the official opening of the 41st PAPU Administrative Council. Honorable guests of honor, without much ado, the floor is yours. I thank you for your kind attention. Merci beaucoup. Muito obrigado. Asanteni sana. Mheshimiwa Waziri, Naibu Waziri, karibu.
Mr. Celestine Kakele, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Minister for Information, Communication and Information Technology, United Republic of Tanzania. Mr. Richard Lanarisoni, Chairman of PAPU Administration Council. Dr. Sifundo Chifumoyo, Secretary General of PAPU. Mr. Frank Mbando, Representative of Regional Administrative Secretary Arusha. Mr. Mutua Mutusi, Director of Executive Office of International Bureau of the UPU. Mr. Mlembwa Mnaku, Director General, Communication Service, Minister of Information and Communication Technology. Chief Executive Officers, Postmaster General of designated postal operators, and Director General of Regulatory Authorities, Mr. Macris Imbodo, the host Postmaster General of TPC, distinguished PAPU Administrative Council members present here, representative of Restricted Union present here, and those following online, associate members and observers present here, and those following online, invited distinguished guests, member of the media fraternity present here, ladies and gentlemen, ninawasalimu kwa jina la Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania. Dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to take this opportunity to extend, on behalf of the government of the United Republic of Tanzania and on behalf of Honorable Nape Moses Nnauye, Minister of Information Communication and Information Technology, and on my own behalf, my compliments and to welcome you to the 41st Ordinary Session of Administrative Council of the Pan-African Postal Union PAPU in Arusha, and wish you a pleasant stay. Considering that there are a good number of participants from outside Tanzania and even countries outside the African continent, I would like to take this opportunity to extend our heartfelt appreciation for their presence in Arusha. You are all warmly welcome to our beautiful city of Arusha. Dear delegates, ladies and gentlemen, Tanzania is pleased to host the 41st Ordinary Session of Administrative Council of the Pan-African Postal Union in Arusha. As a country, we are proud to be PAPU members and fully committed to participate in its activities with the view of advancing our agenda of promoting postal sector development in Africa. I thank the organizer for inviting me to officiate the opening ceremony of ordinary session of the Administrative Council. I'm therefore delighted and full of gratitude to welcome you all to Tanzania and to Arusha in particular. The seat of Secretariat of Pan-African Postal Union is so beautiful, and we urge you to take your time sometimes to look around. I have also been informed that your statute states that all PAPU Technical and Administrative Council session will be held at the city of the Union, Arusha, if no member country volunteer to host it. The government of Tanzania humbly welcomes this undertaking, given that the practice is being implemented elsewhere by other international organizations. Distinguished delegates, Tanzania feels honored to be the host of the Pan-African Postal Union headquarters and is devoted to enhancing the mission of this organization. To demonstrate this dedication, Tanzania stepped up her effort to get a credible partner, has been working with the Secretariat to put up the befitting building for PAPU headquarters here in Arusha on an acceptable arrangement to the Union. We believe that this investment will generate substantial revenue to the Union, which will result into reducing financial burden on member states. May I therefore take this opportunity to thank all member states for their support during the construction phase of this project. The government of Tanzania has been following with keen interest the affair of the Pan-African Postal Union. For a long time, PAPU has been facing a lot of challenge, including inadequate human capacity to perform duties optimally. Tanzania, as a member, will support the General Secretariat and the entire Union in its human resources to capacitate endeavors as well as assisting its financial in line with the host agreement to ensure that it fulfills its mandate in Africa. Therefore, I would like to implore that the Pan-African Postal Union to take the market trends into full consideration as it develops its future strategic plans, and thereafter encourage the sector out there to offer customer more efficient, qualified, secure, and convenient services. In particular, PAPU should commit to encourage public postal players in continent to actively engage in inclusive socio-economic development activities of our countries in line with AU Agenda 2063. The Africa we want. The regional development planning of Africa as well as its own blueprint, the PAPU Strategic Plan 2022-2025, which places emphasis on digitalization to ensure that the continent is not left behind in implementation of the overall Abidjan postal strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude my speech, let me leave you with the words of wisdom of the father of this nation. I quote, "Intellectuals have a special contribution to make the development of our nation and Africa. And I'm asking that their knowledge and greater understanding that they should possess should be used for the benefit of the society, which were all members." Julius Kambarage Nyerere, from this book, Uhuru na Maendeleo, Freedom and Development, 1973. You are what Mwalimu Nyerere referring to as intellectual as far as postal matters are concerned. The expertise in the postal sector should benefit the African society. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude, I'm also delighted to bring to you greeting from Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania. She is aware of what is going on in Arusha. Finally, please feel at home, and before you depart, take time to explore the delights that our Tanzania and Arusha offers to make your stay memorable. Dear brothers and sisters from the African continent and outside the African continent, on this note, it is now my great pleasure to declare that the 41st ordinary session of PAPU Administrative Council session officially open, and I wish you successful deliberation. I thank you.
Thank you, Your Honorable Deputy Minister, for your remarks. Now we are almost concluding the opening ceremony for the 41st PAPU Administrative Council plenary, but before we call it a day this morning, if at all that is correct, may I now welcome my colleague, my co-director of ceremony, Mr. Oyuke, to proceed with the photograph. You are honorable. I think you won't mind us having a photo with you because this is quite a good memory, given in mind that on Saturday we have a big event, so it will be much appreciated sharing a photo with you. So, Mr. Oyuke, please, if you may, do the photo sessions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mungi. We are going to have a group photos, because we have like 7 groups. Ushers, please prepare the area for photos. So all right, high table, please. You can join us. ASG, please join the high table on the group photo. The PMG, Mr. Macris Mbondo, PMG Tanzania, please join us on the group photo. The far group photo will be of the high table with all the head of delegations. Head of delegation, please advance to the stage for a group photo. Heads of delegation, please. Yeah, just behind them. Heads of delegation. We can use this step as well. If the queue is long or the line is long, we have to use this step as well. It's unfortunate those who are long are having a podium to be seen. The badges, remove your badges. After that, we will have international and regional heads of organizations, international and regional organizations. Yes, Mr. Simba, with Dr. Simba, we see you here, and the likes, Iako, Krasa, international, UPU, international and regional organizations, please. It's your time. I think I have to apply for a visa to be in this group. Can Tanzanian Immigration Department do that and join this group? All right. After that, we'll be having a representative from the ministries of the member state. Please, representative from ministries of PAPU member states. I've seen quite a number of them, but okay, they're coming. Ministries from PAPU member states. If that line gets longer, you have to be on the stage. After that, we'll be having regulators from PAPU member states and other partners. Regulators or regulatory authorities. In some cases, ministries are regulators. Regulators of the Post and Communication sector, please. All right. I think that is enough. Why are you taking many photos for these people? Have they tipped you? Thank you. Yeah, I've seen you have tipped them. The stakeholders, yeah, sure. We'll be having PMGs in the room, all PMGs in the room. Posta Master Generals, Posta Masters General.